Imagine getting a $27,000 bill for a vacant property you own. That's the reality for Muskegon County property owner Fred Lakes, who's now calling on the 13 help team to try to get to the bottom of this.
He says he is being passed around from department to department like music chairs. 13 on your side's Charlie Tinker has that story.
Hey guys, good morning. The number actually came out to double the taxable value of his entire house. Shockingly high, to the point where Fred actually laughed out loud when I asked him if he could pay it.
I was shocked. I didn't know. I couldn't believe it.
Fred Lakes is seeing dollar signs over an unwelcome piece of mail, a tax bill with thousands of dollars in extra fees. He's lived in this house on 6th much of his life, yet the current issue stems from the two-story next door. Circa 20 years ago, the West Side property had carved out a troubling reputation as a known drug house and chronic neighborhood problem spot. Fred says the house was condemned when he made the decision to buy it.
We try to do our best in taking care of the property and keeping it so that it's not an eyesore, or improve the neighborhood.
Patching on the roof there and on the top.
So he's been putting in his own sweat equity since the sale, fixing it up to improve the neighborhood. Efforts not everyone has apparently recognized.
Usually would say that there's no delinquency due.
In 2020, Fred got this notice on Muskegon Heights letterhead assessing a vacant building fee that meant a $500 charge.
Eventually that got dropped. I thought all was well and go back to working on the house and so on and so forth. But come the following year, things started happening again.
The same frustration came back with a vengeance when his city tax forms came in the mail last summer. Previous forms show Fred usually owes between $270 and $600, yet the bill he got
Ended up with a past due billing of $3,500. And so I had to go through this again.
Later getting the charge reversed like the last one, or so he thought, until the mother of all tax bills showed up in his mailbox. Note the number, $27,546.41.
What's your first reaction when you get that in your hands and you tear open the letter and it's $27,000?
Well, you look at it for a long time to make sure that my eyes aren't deceiving me. I wanted to protest because I figured from what I was reading in the ordinance, it did not qualify as vacant.
It lays out the criteria used to classify a home as vacant when no one actively lives or conducts business inside. The rules also require evidence like proof of continual utility use and annual registration.
I don't know what it is.
A definition Fred believes should not have been applied here, adding the property's better by a long shot than when he took over.
It makes me a little skeptical, I don't want to think that I'm being picked on.
The notice he received also claims an inspector examined the property before the bill was printed. Fred says he was never contacted. And with the due date printed at the top of his tax bill coming in under a week, Fred says he's tried to sort things out with City Hall without much to show for it.
Can you pay the city $27,000 for this property behind you?
No, I'm retired. I can't. I got a fixed income. It would take me years to even accumulate that much money now, let alone pay it out as a bill. I just hope the outcome is positive.
Now, I tried several different departments to get in touch with the Heights about this and was told the mayor would be giving me a call. Nothing on my phone just yet, but we have heard from other folks just as confused over their own taxes. There was a tax-related agenda item on the schedule for next week, possibly related there. We will update you with what we learned from that meeting.
All right, Charlie Tinker reporting there. And if you need help with something, call the help team at 616-559-1313. You can also email help@13onyourside.com.